What is up, YouTube? Silver Baggins here. Welcome to the 4th episode in Silver Stacking 101, and this one is all about handling and storage of your silver coins. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing because I got a lot of really awesome silver related content coming out. But this one is all about handling and storage. So once you buy silver, you're gonna need to know how to handle it. There is a right way and there's a wrong way, and I'm gonna tell you all of my opinions in this video for sure. If you haven't seen the first 3 parts of the Silver Stacking 101 series, I highly suggest watching those. At the end of this video, I'll put a link to those so you can check them out as well, because there's a lot of great information in those, especially for new stackers. This video is sort of driven towards newer silver stackers, but also just really anyone who stacks silver or precious metals. Okay, so let's get into the first part, which is going to be handling. So you've decided that you want to buy silver, you buy it, you either pick it up at a coin shop or buy it online and get shipped to your house. And what do you do? Okay, so there are so many different things to talk about when we're talking about handling silver. I probably can't cover all of them, but I'll definitely try. The first question that I get asked all the time on my channel and people always talk about is, should you wear gloves when you're handling silver? And I'll be completely honest with you, it depends. And if you're really good with handling silver, I'm going to show you the right way to handle it, then you actually never need to wear gloves, except for maybe some very specific times, but we'll get into all that. So here are the pieces of silver that you never need to wear gloves on, okay? So if you're buying these kinds of silver, then gloves are completely out of the question. It doesn't matter. Who cares? The first is constitutional silver. So if you're buying constitutional silver, this has been jingling around in people's pockets for a very, very long time. It's been touched by tons of people. And yeah, so there's no point wearing gloves whatsoever in this, unless I will say it is a very rare piece of constitutional silver that is valued for its numismatic value. Like, let's say it's a collector's piece that is just, you don't want to ruin the value of the coin. This is a barber dime. It's a 1914. This is not really valued above its silver content at all, but if this was a rare date on the barber dimes, this is kind of cool. It's 105 years old. But if it was, you know, a very rare date or mint that it was made at, then you might not want to just handle it with your bare hands because it would have value beyond just its silver. But for this video, I'm just talking about just, you know, constitutional silver that is only worth its weight in silver. So there's no point in wearing gloves whatsoever. Another one is silver that has been already touched by people, not constitutional silver, like silver coins or silver rounds. You can see this one's already very worn down. It's been rubbed up against other coins or touched by hands many times, so there's no point. This is one of my favorite pieces of silver. It is the 85 Libertad from Mexico. Very, very cool. So if you're buying silver at a coin shop and they got a bin and you're digging through it, there's no point in wearing gloves. I mean, they've already been touched by so many people. You know, you touching that coin or piece of silver is not going to do any more harm than has already been done, really. So another one is poured silver. This is a piece of poured silver. It's already antiqued. It is very, very cool. And you know, if I do touch it with my hands, maybe it'll get a little bit more antiqued. Okay, cool. We just added to the toning and made it look cooler. This is my Silver Baggins one that MK Barz makes. They're very, very awesome. But yeah, there's no point in wearing gloves when you're touching something like this. Okay, so what about American Silver Eagles? American Silver Eagles, you can buy these that have been touched by other people or not touched by other people, right? If you buy them online or straight from the mint and they come in mint sealed tubes, they've never been touched by human hands. So maybe you should wear gloves when you're touching them. That is totally your preference. If you want to keep them looking absolutely BU, then go for it. BU is brilliant, uncirculated. So, you know, that's up to you. And you can even put them in capsules if you want. It doesn't really matter. But for me, a lot of these that I buy, these have already been touched by other people's hands. It doesn't matter. I bought these at a coin shop, and, you know, people bring them in to sell. They hand it to him like this. He grabs them like this, and it's been touched a million times. If you do touch it with your hands, the only thing that you're really worried about is sort of toning the coin. The oils in your hands or any dirt could leave sort of tone spots on the coin over time. Also, just the air will tone the coins. So most silver will get toned anyway, no matter what. But you'll just sort of speed up the process if you touch it with your bare hands. And on these, it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter to me what my eagles look like, because I buy them for the same price and I sell them for the same price, no matter if they're toned or BU. So for me, it doesn't matter, but some people do like wearing gloves with those, and that's totally fine. But there is some things you should know about wearing gloves, which we'll get to that in a second. Another one is pieces like this, old Engelhard bar. It's already super toned. It doesn't matter, wear gloves or not. Who cares? You're not going to change the look of it. But these are very, very cool. And then some pieces of silver you buy from the mint, they already come in capsules. Let me give you an example. This is the Archangel Michael from Ukraine. It's very, very cool. And it came in this capsule. So this is a 2018 one. It was already encapsulated. So if it comes like this, then you don't have to wear gloves, because who cares? You're just touching this plastic capsule, not the actual piece of silver. So you don't have to worry about toning it or whatever. Okay. So that pretty much covers what you don't have to wear gloves on. Now, what do you have to wear gloves on, and when would you, I guess, never have to wear gloves? So things that you should probably wear gloves on are coins or pieces of silver that you buy that you want to either show off to other people, or you want to keep in really, really good shape. Like this one is the 2 dragons. Very, very cool. I just love the look of it, and I want to keep it looking good. And so, of course, I wore gloves when I first got it. I took it out of the hard plastic flip that it came in, and I put it in this special black ring capsule. I love the black ring capsules, just as a side note. And I will put a link in the description of the video if you want to purchase the same ones that I buy. I just get them off of Amazon. These are the 38 millimeter ones. Most of the silver you have will fit in the 38 millimeter. Some of them will need to be the 40 millimeter, like American Silver Eagles are 40 millimeters, so those are bigger. But anyway, so if you're buying silver that you want to keep really good condition, you don't want to scratch, you don't want it to tarnish or tone too early, mostly collector's pieces, or I will say any silver that has a very, very high premium as far as coins go and whatnot. Like this is a panda, and these do have a pretty high premium. It's like $8. So yeah, like with the pandas, you want to keep them in really good shape, and so I encapsulated mine. You don't have to do that, but that's what I did. That's the way I like them. So yeah, if you own it, you can do whatever you want with it, right? Okay, let's talk about if you are going to wear gloves. So if you're going to wear gloves, it's not recommended to wear any sort of plastic or latex or rubber gloves, because they can have sort of stuff from the manufacturer on it, which can turn your coins or silver weird colors. So that's out. And that leaves us with cotton gloves. There is one thing about cotton gloves that you should know, though, is cotton is made from a natural substance, right? Cotton, it's grown. And so there are really small fibers in your cotton gloves, which can leave tiny scratches on a silver coin. So let's say I pick up this one, I'm holding it with my cotton glove, and I do something like this. You might actually leave really, really tiny scratches in the coin. Probably not visible to the naked eye, probably just under a microscope. But if it is a coin that you ever want to get graded at some point, that you think might be a perfect grade, I would not recommend holding it like this with gloves, because you could actually scratch it. Always want to hold the coins like this. So don't ever touch the faces of the coin, or the obverse and reverse of the coin. That would be my recommendation. And this is a pretty safe way to go. If you hold it like this with gloves, that's fine. One thing that I will bring up is some people have actually come to me and said, hey, Silver Baggins, don't you know that when the professional coin graders grade coins and they'll give it like a perfect grade or, you know, less than perfect, obviously, whatever the condition of the coin is that you send in, they don't wear gloves. And that kind of shocked me at first. I was surprised that a professional coin grader would not wear any gloves, but they know how to handle coins and silver, obviously. And so let me show you what they do. They never, just like I said, they never touch the faces. If they were to touch a coin, they would pick it up sort of something like this, and they would always just touch the edges. They would never touch the actual face of the coin. So that is how they handle it. If you handle your silver the same way, then you probably should be fine. You know, you're always just touching the reeded edge. And so that is something I wanted to bring up and talk about. And yeah, so that sort of covers handling your silver, right? And what I think you should put in capsules is collectible pieces of silver that you want to show off or keep in really, really good condition. That's what I put in capsules. I love the black green capsules, like I said. And so, yeah, if you wanted to get those, link in the description from Amazon. And then also if you wanted to get some gloves, I'll put a link to some cotton gloves in the description, the ones that I like, that I buy from Amazon. So you can check those out for yourself. I know a lot of the bullion dealers online, they'll sell gloves sort of as like an add-on, and you know, they're like $1 or $2 or $5 or I don't know, but you can get them cheaper other places. So you don't have to buy those from a bullion dealer. Any old cotton gloves will do. Okay, that is handling silver. And that is pretty much all the information I have. Those are, a lot of them are my opinions, but a lot of them are stuff that I've talked to other people about, and it's really good information. And so if you have any questions regarding the handling of your silver, please put a comment down below and I'll try and answer it. And if there's anything I missed, I would love to hear your opinion. I know a lot of people wear gloves all the time, don't wear gloves all the time. I say cotton gloves are better, but they will leave tiny, tiny scratches. So don't ever rub the coin or whatever. But if you're just holding it on top of your cotton gloves, that's probably okay. And so yeah, that is handling. Let's move on to the storage of silver. So you've bought your silver, you handle it, you know how to hold it and sort of how you want to keep it. But how are you going to store your silver? So there's a lot of ways you could store your silver individually, right? You could capsule it, you could leave it uncapsuled, you can put it in little bags, you can put it in mint tubes like this, or just generic silver tubes that look something like this. They have tops, you know, you get these from a coin shop or whatever. You can store 20 ounces in these. That's totally fine if you want to put them like that. Or if you want the tubes that are actually from the mint, like for American Silver Eagles, it'll be a tube like that. So you can store your coins that way. Or if they are collector coins, like I said, like these ones, you could put them in individual capsules, which is fine, or leave them in the capsule that they came in from the mint. So that's fine as well. But where do you actually store them after that? So it's either in a tube or a capsule or a bag or something, right? You probably don't have all your silver just loose in some bucket. I mean, you probably have it stored somehow, but where do you put it after that? Do you put it in a safe? Do you take it to the bank and put it in a safety deposit box? I think I said safe deposit box on one of my videos and someone was like, it's safety deposit box. Oh, well, it's a safe, right? So I think whatever, who cares? But do you keep it at your house? Do you hide it? Where do you put it? So this is a very important topic that I really want to cover in this video for sure, because if you're new to silver stacking, you might make the mistake that I made of just leaving it out, and anyone could steal it or get to it if someone breaks in your house, or if you have company that's sketchy, can get stolen. So there definitely is a right place to store your silver and a wrong place to store your silver. So let's talk about what I think is the all-time best way to store your silver. And this is what I do. So the best way, in my mind, to store your silver would be at your house in a big safe that is hidden. Okay, so we're sort of getting the best of both worlds here. The ultimate best would be if you had like a hidden room in your house. maybe a room that was built or put in when the house was built, or put in later, that no one knows about the room, but it's hidden somehow, maybe behind a mirror or a bookshelf or whatever. But if your safe is in a room like that and it's actually built in there and it's a big heavy safe, then first of all, hardly anyone's gonna be able to find it, especially if they break in your house. And then if they do break into your house and they find it, how are they gonna get it open? How are they gonna get it out of there? Because, ultimately, if you put your safe in before you build the room and you build the room around it, it's going to be very, very hard to get it out of there without waking up a lot of people, or, just doing a lot of damage. So a big, heavy, hidden safe, in my mind, is the ultimate best place to keep your silver. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about, should I have it all in one place? Should I have it in multiple places? If it's already hidden and very, very hard to get out, then that's a really good start for sure. Maybe you live in an apartment and you can't have a massive safe there or put in a hidden room or anything. Then I would recommend hiding it. Put it in a really good hiding spot that you think people, a burglar would not look at. Don't just put it under your bed. Put it maybe in, I don't know, in the back of your closet, in a shoebox or something, or just, try and find a really good hiding spot that you don't think people would look at. Maybe that was a terrible example. Maybe you can think of one that's way better and more creative. But maybe even hiding it in plain sight, like in a oatmeal container in your pantry or something like that. That might not be a horrible idea either. So I'm just trying to think of different places you could keep it if you don't have a safe. Maybe I should have thought about this before I made the video, but I think hiding it is definitely better than just leaving it out in the open. And if you are putting it in a safe, the bigger and heavier and beefier the safe, the better. So if you have a little tiny gun cabinet, that's not the greatest. If you have a really heavy fireproof safe, that's way better. And so that's what I would recommend. But if you can't do any of that, then, and let's talk about too, if you are keeping it at your apartment or something, maybe you should have it in multiple places in case someone breaks in, they find one of your stashes, they think they found it all, and at least it didn't all get stolen, just half of it. So that might not be a horrible idea to have it in multiple locations. If you have a massive stack, maybe even multiple houses, sort of spread it out a little bit. But I, in my mind, don't really ever recommend keeping it at a bank, because if there was some sort of crazy emergency where you actually needed your silver to get money, the bank would either not let you have it, or they wouldn't let you open your box, or you wouldn't have a way to get there if it was like a natural disaster or something. And so I would say prefer to keep it at your place of residence. Just keep it hidden and very, very hard to get to. So yeah, those are sort of my tips on storage of silver. I'd love to know your opinions on it. I know this video is going a little bit long, but that's okay. There's a lot of good information on this, and I would love to hear what your all thoughts are on the topic of storing your silver. So if you haven't seen the first 3 parts of Silver Stacking 101, definitely check them out. I'll put a card up here in the corner, and at the very end of this video, I'll also put one up on the screen where you can click on it and go to the playlist of Silver Stacking 101, where I give all my other information on silver stacking. And I sincerely appreciate every single one of you for watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in my next one. Silver Baggins out.